Alright, welcome back to another Pokemon TCG Pocket video on my channel. Today, we're gonna take a look at another new deck, which has been recommended to me by one of my fellow Discord members. Thanks for the recommendation again, Bironi. And today, the deck we're gonna look at has the Volkner trainer card. Now, Volkner is actually pretty useful. I actually like this card since the day it came out because it allows you to actually put two extra or attach two extra energies to either this one, Electivire, or Luxray. So since we're playing Electivire, and Electivire will do 80 more damage if it has 4 energy, that one comes in very handy, right? So you will do up to 120 damage, which is already big. Now we're playing the Electabuzz, which does damage here to one of the opponent's Pokemon, and we're also running two Pachirisus, right? This Electabuzz is actually pretty useful because it allows us to actually also be able to attack a Pokemon which is on the opponent's bench. So we're not only limited to a Pokemon which is in the active spot. Now you could use the Electabuzz, which actually gives itself energy, but yeah. Zapdos EX is also going to be part of this team. Just one copy of it can be helpful to come out of tricky situation because of Thundering Hurricane, where it does 50 damage for each coin flip, 4 coin flips, right? So up to 200 damage possible. But yeah, that's the entire setup. Pachirisu is going to come in handy. Ideally, we want to start with Pachirisu, build up Electivire and Zapdos on our bench, and then be able to switch them in using X speed and so forth. We're also running Cyrus, so we'll be able to grab a hold of your opponent's bench Pokemon, which already have taken damage. So yeah, pretty solid strategy, I guess. We're going to test it today. Let's jump into some random matches. Let's actually select the right deck. Where is it? There it is. All right, let's go. Battle. I'm actually curious to see whether we're able to actually face one of the current meta decks and be able to beat one of them. So the first opponent has been found. Let's see what this one is actually bringing to the table for us. He's in Ultra Ball rank 1. Alright, so the ranking doesn't really say anything about how good or bad a trainer is, really, right? It could be that he just started playing with ranked season yesterday. You never know, right? So let's just keep at that. We're starting with Electabuzz. Alright, we're playing against Beedrill. Now, Beedrill can be very difficult to deal with because every time it attacks, it's able to actually take a hold of our energy and remove one random energy from the active Pokemon. With this deck, it's probably not going to be as serious because we don't need a lot of energy to attack. And we're also running mono energy, so it's alright. But with other decks, right, so where you need to do a lot of building, it can be very difficult to deal with, actually. We're going to keep X speed on our hand, actually. Next turn, we're gonna get Pachirisu to the front position. Probably. Let's see where the opponent's going with this one. I don't know. He's probably gonna give Weedle his Leaf Energy and then utilize the attack to actually grab a hold of another Weedle from his deck and put it to his field. That would be probably the most sensible way of playing. Unless he has Sprigatito, right? If he does and plays it now, that depends if he runs that kind of deck. And then he's able to actually utilize Sprigatito's first his attack or the ability. Oh yeah, he is playing Sprigatito, but he's not going to use it. He's going to use Weedle first. All right. Multiply. He's going to get his second one from his deck. All right, nice. All right, we have Professor Oak's research as well. Very nice. Another Pachirisu. Yeah, let's actually drop in XP there. Let's take our Electabuzz back to our bench. Bring Pachirisu to the front. We're gonna give it the Rocky Hammer just in case the opponent actually evolves to Kokuna this turn and actually wants to do damage. And we're gonna attack using Pachirisu, right? I'm actually thinking, shall we play? Yeah, we're gonna play the second one as well. We're going to play the second Pachirisu there just in case the opponent uses a Sabrina, right? Which doesn't throw off our strategy. So, Electivire is now ready with one more energy. Let's see what the opponent is doing here. All right, he went for the evolution. If he didn't go for the evolution there, we could have drawn back our Pachirisu and actually attacked it using Electivire. Let's hope. Does he get the paralyzation on us? No, he didn't. Very nice. Paralyzation is pretty nasty, to be honest. Yes, it is a coin flip kind of thing, but yeah, it is definitely very nasty. All right. So we're gonna keep going with Pachirisu. So the good thing here is we gave it Rocky Helmet, which basically already does some damage to the opponent as well, which is gonna come in very handy when he brings out his Beedrill to the field. So I'm just thinking now, do we want to go with the energy to Zapdos or to Electivire? It's a tough one. Let's go to Electivire actually. Let's give him the energy so he's gonna be ready the turn after. Another attack, 10 damage. And then go with Electivire. So Electivire has free energy now. If our Pachirisu gets one-shotted, we're able to use Volkner to actually grab a hold of that one energy, give it to Electivire, and then be able to give Zapdos another energy. That is going to be the most sensible play. Beedrill is going to get one-shotted though if he does attack now, unless he heals himself up using Erica. Let's see what the opponent is doing here. He already has Muscarada on the field also. Let me guess. He's going to draw it back. He's going to retreat. Yeah. I knew it. He went for the retreat and now attacks with Muscarada. Muscarada is also going to be 1 KO. Since he's going to take damage from Rocky Helmet, 20, which brings him in one-shot range for our Electivire. Now Electivire will be able to do 140 damage. Pardon me, 120 damage. And we already have the energy as well. So what we're going to do first is we're going to drop in Volkner. To grab a hold of that one energy which Pachirisu had attached to it. That way we can also give an energy to our Zapdos. And then effectively just one-shot the current active Pokemon of the opponent. So that way we already have 1 point and 1 Pokemon less on the opponent's side. So he's going to come in back with Beedrill. Now the good thing is Beedrill won't be able to attack this turn because he doesn't have an energy, which is, yeah, all right. He gave himself a couple of more seconds to breathe here because he's attached the Giant Cape, which basically lets him survive with 10 HP. But we're definitely going to keep up the pressure and go out with red. Because we do have Cyrus. So if he does switch out the next turn or anything, it doesn't really matter. Because Cyrus will then be able to grab a hold of Beedrill again, bring it to the active position, GG. So let's see what the opponent's going to do in a act of desperation. Oh, he's going with Sabrina, bro. Yeah, alright. I want to finish with style. I want to beat him with Electivire. I don't want him to finish. Yeah, okay, he's doing that. If he does get paralyzation, he bought himself another turn. Does he? No, he doesn't. Nice, very nice, very, very nice. So that means we already won the game. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna bring my Pachirisu. First of all, let's bring Pachirisu back. I don't want to finish with Pachirisu. I want to actually finish using my Electivire. And then next up, we're going to drop Cyrus to the front. Force the opponent to bring his Beedrill back. And that's it. The opponent conceded. Very nice. GG. First round, easily finished. That was very lovely. Actually love that. Was a great performance. So let's jump to the next one. Random match again. Let's see what this opponent is bringing to the table. Level 46. I'm actually... this deck can actually perform extremely well right now in ranked. Because it is very fast. Oh, he's also Master Ball rank. I see. We do have Pachirisu here in the active position. We have a very terrible hand though. That's a very bad starting hand. Because we do not have any Pokeball, we don't have any Professor's Research, we don't really have anything. The only good thing here is, if you want to call it a good thing in this situation, is that we are able to start second And basically that means we're able to set our energy first. He's dropping out Moltres. Now that's a beginner's mistake, what he's doing there. I would never, in the first turn, use this strategy, bring out Moltres in the way he's doing it, right? He played Leaf. Because now, if I had a Sabrina, I could then force him to bring his Charmander back to the active position, which I do not have, but in most cases, a move like that should be reserved to the turn 2. Yes, there is another risk because your Charmander will take damage, which will make him a easy target for a Cyrus, which is also a viable reason why you could do it like that. But I prefer the second option definitely more than switching those in turn 1. Anyways, oh yeah, Iono. That could be very good for us. Let's see. Cyrus, X-Speed. Okay, we do have Electivire. We don't have anything else yet. If we get Electabuzz or Zapdos this turn, then it's alright, because we're able to actually set energy to a Pokemon which actually can make use of it. We don't! Bro, this duel is already very... off to a very, very good start. So at least we do have elemental advantage over Moltres here, which is probably the only good thing right now. Is he able to actually evolve now? That's another question. Professor's research. Okay, it doesn't seem like the opponent has the evolution yet as well, which is good for us because that will give us another couple of minutes of breathing time. Unfortunately, we are not running Sabrina here. I mean, I see Cyrus more effective in this deck, but Sabrina would be in this situation actually pretty good. Let's go with the energy on Zapdos. Finally, we have another Pokemon here. On the next turn, we're actually able to one-hit KO his Moltres. The only problem then will be his Charizard, if he does get it by then. Let's see. Oh yeah, another Iono. Bro. Like, come on. Okay, we have Volkner, we have Pokeball, so we're able to get Electabuzz to the field. He does have Charmeleon now on the field. First stage evolution is there. Moltres can actually attack now. I do think he is going to attack, right? He probably is. Or maybe he isn't because he feels like I have Rocky Helmet and he's going to take damage. Yeah, he is going to attack. Alright. He's going to make the sacrifice. He probably has Charizard on his hand and it's coming to the next field. Otherwise, he probably wouldn't have done it. I don't think so. Doesn't really make sense doing it if you do not have Charizard already. We do have Rocky Helmet. We're going to give it to Pachirisu. So if Charizard comes out, he's going to take a nice little 20 damage. We do have Electabuzz as well. We're going to set him on the field. Give him already one little energy. We already have Volkner as well. So if we do get Electivire next turn, we could actually also go with the 4 energy for him. And be able to do 120 damage. If Charizard doesn't come out yet, then we're actually good to go. It's all a question of whether the opponent is going to place Charizard now. Because if he is, then we essentially lost. Unless our Zapdos is able to do the damage. Let's see. Let's see where this one's going. Highly unlikely that, yeah, I was just gonna say very unlikely that he doesn't have Charizard, and he has it. 200 damage incoming. And another Moltres, okay. So, Charizard. At least he doesn't go with Giant Cape or anything, right? Rocky Helmet, he's gonna take 20 damage. And now we only need one crazy coin flip from Zapdos. If we get 4 heads, 10v1, If we don't, then that's unfortunate. But it is what it is. All right, let's just go into this. If we had red now, we would have been free enough, right? Let's go. Boom. And we have 1. No, 2. No, we have 3. Oh, that one hurts. Just 1 more, or if we had red. Oh man, that one hurt. That one was unfortunate. But as you can see, Zapdos in this situation, it would have been able to win the match for us, right? That would have been a very serious win if Zapdos actually won that one. If Zapdos actually had another coin flip there. But yeah, it definitely was a good match, considering we started off very bad, like literally very, very bad, like 3-4 turns, nothing. So let's do a final round. Let's actually go with, we're always doing a best of 3 format on this channel. So let's actually see the final player, level 50. Bro, he is serious with that Pikachu as a profile pick. No emblems, no nothing. He is serious. Ultra Ball rank 2. All right, let's see. We do have Pachirisu, we have Pokeball. That's already a good start. With my luck, I know I'm probably going to draw the second Pachirisu now using the Pokeball. But yeah, all right. My turn. Okay. We do have 2 Pokeballs there. Nice. We have Zapdos. Very nice. And Pachirisu. Oh, yeah. How did I know that? Pachirisu number 2. Zapdos and Pachirisu. We are going to play the second Pachirisu, obviously. We're not going to set Rocky Helmet yet, because the opponent will not be able to attack for at least 2-3 turns. So, oh, Magnezone. Wait, Darkrai and Magnezone, that's a... And Druddigon. He is playing literally a classic meta deck from like 2 packs ago. That was that was the meta from the Dialga and Palkia pack. I see. All right, we're gonna attack. 10 damage. Give energy to Zapdos. Next turn. Let's see if we can actually get Electabuzz this turn. He does have Magneton there, so he's able to self-sustain, or basically self-supply himself with energy, which is nice. Another attack on our Pachirisu. He didn't want to have more damage on his Darkrai, I guess. All right, so let's go with the energy on Zapdos here. Let's go with Cyrus to the front position, so we're not attacking his Druddigon, rather attack his Darkrai. Bro, what? He conceded. Why? That was like an instant rage quit. He didn't want it no more. Oh man, okay, you know what? We're gonna call it at that. 2-1. We won 2 games. We're gonna stay strict. I like this deck. Very fast, very agile, cool to play. Definitely something different. Do give it a shot, and if you have any suggestions or any decks which you would like to see featured on this channel, then do let me know down below in the comment section. And as always, thanks for tuning in. Take care of yourselves. Until next time.